Hello students, this is David Lee. I'm your professor for English 1101. I wanted to share this tutorial for setting up an MLA Word document, an MLA formatted Word document. You'll use this as a master document for most of your submissions for the semester. So we're going to start at the Gwinnett Tech homepage, and then at the top of the screen we're going to go to that Students tab and select Dashboard, click on it with your left mouse button, and then log into your dashboard, and this will give you access to the different software and programs that you have access to through Gwinnett Tech. Use your Gwinnett Tech email address to log in. If you have trouble with your login or your password, you can call IT, the help desk at Gwinnett Tech, and they'll help you with that. Once you get into your dashboard, you'll have this screen. Yours will have fewer buttons than mine does, but you'll have access to your Blackboard, which will take you to your courses, including our English 1101 course module. You'll have access to Outlook, which is for your Gwinnett Tech email, Office 365, which we'll use in just a second to get to Microsoft Word, and then your cloud, Office 365, Cloud Drive, OneDrive, which is where you'll be saving your documents, and you'll be able to find them later. All the documents, all the writings that you do for English 1101, your other courses, you should save to your cloud drive so that you can access it from anywhere. So let's click on Office 365, and it may give you this little pop-up that asks if you want to stay signed in, or whether you click yes or no, it doesn't really matter, but just get through that and it'll take you to Microsoft Word. Now, Microsoft 365 actually, or Office 365 as it used to be called, is a whole suite of Office programs, including Excel and PowerPoint. When you get into this portal, you'll need to go to the left side of your screen, and you'll see this navigation bar. At the bottom is this ellipses, or ... these three dots, which will tell you that there's more, and that's, if you click on that, you'll have access to Excel and your other programs. But click on Microsoft Word, left button on your mouse, to get to Microsoft Word. Okay, so now that you're in Word, at the top left of your screen you'll see that you're in Word. You have options for different templates, and a lot of times it'll show you that there's an MLA template that you can use. That is kind of an example document that's in MLA format, with a fake student name and a fake student essay. You can click on that, but then you'll have to delete a lot of the stuff that's in there, and you'll have to be careful not to delete the formatting that's in there. So whether you use that or not, that's fine, but you'll have to be mindful of what it is that you're trying to retain as far as MLA formatting. So let's go ahead and create a new blank document. That'll give you a plain white sheet of paper. And before you do anything on this sheet of paper, what we're going to do is we're going to change the paragraph spacing options. So here at the top of your screen you'll have your menu bar, and then you'll have your toolbar for your home toolbar. And on this home toolbar, go to the far right of it, and you'll see that ellipses, or those three dots again. Click on that, and it'll give you more options. And at the bottom, left click where it says paragraph options, and that'll pop up a menu that'll give you your options for how you want to space or indent your paragraphs. So generally we want things to be aligned to the left margin. That's fine. Indentation we'll leave for now, but just to show you in this indentation section, here you'll have hanging indents, which you'll use for your works cited page. I'll show you that later in the semester. Hanging indents are where the first line of each paragraph is flush with the left margin, but subsequent lines are indented ½ inch. First line indentation is your paragraph indentation, where the first line is indented ½ inch and subsequent lines are flush with the left margin. So we're going to leave that for now and just leave it as none. But we're focusing here on the spacing. Now Microsoft gives you these defaults where the before each paragraph and after each paragraph the spacing needs to be changed. So before 0, that's fine, but after it says 8 points, we don't want that. So you can highlight that and hit 0 and hit enter, or you can use this down arrow to take that down to 0 points, but that's what you're looking for. And then in line spacing, where it says multiple, it gives you as a default 1.16 lines in between each line. So that's not single space and that's not double space. It's somewhere in between. It's 1 1/6. I think Microsoft thought that that is easy on the reader's eyes, but still saves space. but for the purposes of an MLA document, we want everything to be double spaced. So click on that down arrow next to multiple and line spacing, and it'll give you these different options, and we're going to click double so that everything in your document will be double spaced. Okay, don't worry about these other things in pagination, but let's go ahead and click OK, and now everything from here on out will be double spaced. So for an MLA Word document, what you need to do is you start with a document header, and that's 3 names and the date. So you start with your name, then you start with my name, and then we start with the course name, and then today's date. So today's okay, and hit enter after each line, and you can see things are double spaced. Up here in your toolbar, the default is Aptos 12-point font. We're going to leave that, that's fine. Usually Times New Roman 12-point font has been the standard. Lately Calibri 11-point font has also been deemed acceptable. Now they're using Aptos 12. That's fine. You have your document header, and now most every submission that you're going to give in this class will have a title. So on the next line you'll put your title, no extra spacing, everything is just double spaced, no extra line spaces. So on this next line, what we're going to do is we're going to center align our title. So go back to your toolbar, and just past the middle you'll see this button. If you hover over it, says text alignment, and click on that down arrow next to that button, and you'll have these options: align left, align center, or align right, or justify. So click align center, that'll take you to the middle of your document, and we're just going to put a placeholder here, write title, and then hit enter to go to the next line. So your title is in the center, but now you're going back to your first paragraph, so you need to go back to align left. So go back to your toolbar, hover over that button that says text alignment, click the drop down menu, hit align left, and that takes you back flush to the left margin. Okay, so if this is where we're going to start our first paragraph, then the first thing that you need to do is indent the first line. And the way that you do that without going back to that paragraph options pop-up menu is you just hit the tab button on your keyboard. So look at your keyboard, near the number 1, you'll see that button that says tab. So hit that, and that'll indent you 1/2 inch, which is standard. And then you can start typing. This is my first line of my first paragraph. The second line will be not be indented because the default is paragraph indentation. Okay, so and then you can see I misspelled. Hover over that, left click, it'll give you your options. You can correct that. But yeah, you can see the first line is indented because you hit tab, but then the subsequent lines are actually flush with the left margin, and this is what each of your paragraphs will look like. Okay, so after that, if you click enter, it's going to take you back to the left, and so you hit tab again, and this is my second paragraph, and it'll do the same thing. Okay, alright, so there's one more thing that we need to add for your base Word document, and that is your running header. So what we're going to do, your running header is going to be in the top right of each page, and it's going to have your last name and the page number. And to do that, we're going to go up to your menu bar, and you're going to click insert, and you're going to go to your toolbar, and you're going to go to page numbers. You can go to header and footer, or you can go to page numbers. We're going to go to page numbers, and hit that drop down. And it's going to give you these options for where to put the page number. And like I said, your running header is the top right of your page, so you're going to click on that top right one, and it's going to put this placeholder for dynamic pagination. That means it's going to automatically put the correct page number on there. Now this placeholder is all 1 unit. If you play with your cursor keys on your keyboard and you try to go through each of those values, it just goes over the whole thing rather than through each of those little symbols, because that whole thing is a placeholder. You cannot recreate this using the less than sign, pound sign, and greater than sign on your own. You have to use the insert page numbers function. So you don't want to change that. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to delete it. You want to leave it as is. And before it, you want to add your last name. So I'll do that. Add a space. So now it's last name, space, and then that page number placeholder. And then once you're done with that, you're good. So you can click back on the main part of your document, I just left click on the main part of my document, and you'll see that the running header is up there. It's a little faded because it's in the background, but when you go to print your page or when you send it in, your last name and the correct page number will be on every page of your document. And that is how you create the running header. So to save this as a master document or any document that you are working on, you want to go up to the top left of your screen next to the Word icon where it says the name of the document. Yours probably says document 1. Click on that, it'll highlight that, and you want to change the name of this. So I'm changing this to a master Word doc. Okay, and I put the A in there so that when this saves it to your cloud drive, which you can see right next to the title, it's going to save it to your OneDrive in your Gwinnett Tech environment. So once you hit enter, it's going to change the name of that, and it'll auto save it periodically. You can also tell it to save as you go through, but it'll auto save it periodically so that you'll have that. So next time you have something to submit, or this week when you're working on your self-introduction, what you can do, let me show you. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to go back to dashboard. I'm going to go to my cloud drive, my OneDrive, and there you'll see your more recent documents that'll come up, and you'll see that master document that's there. So there it is, a master Word document. You can go to My Files, and it'll be in your My Files folder. So I have a lot of files here, so I'm going to go down. Here it is, a master Word doc. So you click on that, and that'll open that up in Word. And let's say I decide, okay, I'm working on my self-introduction now. So what we'll do is we'll go up here, and we'll go to File, and let's create a copy. No, let's not do that yet. Yeah, create a copy online, and then when you create a copy online, you'll be able to change the name of this. So let's say week 1 self-intro. And then when I create a copy, then it's going to keep that master Word document in my OneDrive, but then it'll also add the second document, which is my week 1 self-intro, that I already have formatted with my MLA formatting. It did change my first paragraph for some reason. It did not indent that. So just want to make sure that we're reviewing that and making sure everything looks good. There's this double space. I'm going to check that real quick just to make sure by going to paragraph options, and it is still double spaced. Okay, so everything is copacetic, and then you can start to make the changes to your document to update that to whatever assignment you're working on. Okay, hopefully that was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. You can always email me at davidlee@GwinnettTech.edu, and I will see you soon. Thanks.